We are the farmers.
Yo, what's good everybody? My name is DubWar, and today we're going to be farming up a bunch of gold because I want to get the last upgrade on my air defense to level 6 and get that maxed out. Or sorry, not my air defense, I meant to say my air sweepers. So yeah, as you guys can see here, we are at level 5 and we need 7.2 million gold to get that maxed out. And it is going to take us 9 days, so we're not too far off right now. We are at 6.5 million gold, so it's probably going to take us about 3 raids to get that gold and get the upgrade done at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's go for the very first raid here and see what we can find. So with the very first base that we're going to be attacking, we got a raid for 700,000 total resources along with 1.2k dark elixir, and it's a pretty scrubby tunnel 9 base, so it shouldn't be that hard to take out, especially because I do have quadrillion on me, and this guy does have his air sweeper and 2 air defenses pretty close to each other on the top right side here, so that's where I'm going to attack from. And I am going to start things off by putting down the Archer Queen on the town hall, just because when I do put down the minions, I don't want the minions to like cluster together and take out the town hall, because then they'll only go together in one big group. I want the Archer Queen to take out the town hall, and then I can proceed with my raid by putting down 2 balloons, make sure there's no seeking air mines on the outside of this base for whatever reason, and then I'm going to put down my lava hounds. And for whatever reason, I forgot to put down one of my lava hounds. I just realized later on in this raid, but it's not going to be that big of an issue because yeah, as you can see, the base isn't that hard to take out, the upgrades aren't that good, and should be a pretty smooth sail raid. So all the balloons are going to group up right in the very middle here. I'm going to put down that last rage spell, and they should be able to rip away at the rest of the defenses here. I put down the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen. They're working away at some of the buildings on the right side there. And yeah, as you can see, there's just nothing that this guy can do at this point. Like, literally, there's just nothing, man. I'm sorry for doing this to your base. So, I got a couple minions left. I put them on the left side. They can start working away at some of those buildings there. And that's pretty much going to wrap up this raid. There's really not much left here. There's just an air defense, an archer tower, and a cannon. But that's not going to stop my huge force of balloons coming their way. And I still do have 2 lava hounds, which I think both of them are about to go down. They're just going to split up into a bunch of lava pups here. Yeah, as you can see, they're just all over the place right now. So yeah, all that's left is just that cannon there. And I think the last building that's going to be left is that gold mine. And as soon as they take that out, that is going to be the 100% victory. Obviously, we're going to walk away with all the resources. And that was a nice, smooth, clean, easy raid. So let's go for the next one here. I decided to go ahead and use Hog Riders for the second attack, and as you guys can see here, we have yet again another inactive Town Hall 9 base, offering us just about 600,000 total resources along with 1.7k dark elixir. So I'm going to go ahead and attack from the bottom right corner here, just because that is where the Barbarian King is, and if I put down the Golem along with my witches and wizards, they can push through and take him out. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about with this base is that in these 2x4 squares, there is a potential chance that there might be 2 giant bombs in there, which if there are, and my Hog Riders jump over that area, that will completely screw over my raid, because my dependence in this raid is that my Hog Riders take out all the defensive towers, and that way, you know, they can clean up the rest after all the defensive towers are gone. But seemingly we should be okay. There was a giant bomb on the top right corner there next to that Tesla, but there wasn't any giant bombs next to the other Teslas, so I'm not really too sure what was going on with this base, but it doesn't really matter to me because we are coming up to the end of this raid here, surprisingly, because there's not that many defensive towers left. There is that wizard tower, there's that Tesla, and the archer tower, but as soon as those are taken out, then there's nothing left for me to worry about, because all that's left then is just a bunch of outside buildings and the storages on the inside. So once those are taken out, we're going to wrap this up at 100% victory, and I might as well let you guys know that with the next raid that we're going to be doing, I actually have never used this army composition setup, and I thought it was actually pretty interesting, because I know that there are some people out there that do use this, and it's my very first time ever using it, so we'll see how things go. But the army composition setup that I'm going to be using is actually, I don't even know what the name of this is, to be completely honest with you guys. I know that it does have a name to it, but it's just not coming to my head right now. So it's pretty much just bringing a bunch of golems, a bunch of wizards, and I know that normally you don't bring the P.E.K.K.A, but because I did recently upgrade her to level 4, I kind of wanted to bring her along and see how she does. So anyways, let's start this raid off. I'm going to put down 1 golem on the left side, 1 golem on the right, and 2 in the middle. Following that up with putting down my Clan Castle witches and a bunch of my wizards so they can take out these outside buildings. I also put down a bunch of my wall breakers where that Inferno Tower is, so I can obviously have an open compartment there. And this guy does have clan castle troops, so I put down my lightning spell, and I also put down a rage spell right on top of them. Put down that free spell. It was actually a little bit misplaced. I guess I should have put that on that Inferno Tower and the X-Bow, but it doesn't matter too much. It's not going to make a huge difference in the outcome of this raid, but what I should have actually brought for this raid is probably another free spell, because that Inferno Tower is going to hurt my troops, and seemingly there are a lot of wizards and witches that have died off. So actually all of them, like I don't even see a single wizard at this point. I do see one witch, which is right in the very center there, but that's pretty much it when it comes to firepower. Obviously I still have the Archer Queen that kind of wrapped back around, and she's kind of taking out these storages. She's lurking behind my golems, so she's not taking any damage, which I guess is pretty good. So she's actually doing a good deed for once. And but other than that, yeah, note to self, I'm not going to be bringing 2 rage spells next time. I'm just going to bring another free spell, because that seemingly is a lot more helpful than another rage spell. So yeah, anyway, so with this raid, there's not that much left that I can do. I only have my Archer Queen and her ability, so at this point I'm just crossing my fingers that she's going to be able to take out these storages, and she's going to go for that gold storage, and I'm really hoping that she's going to walk a little bit to the right here and take out that elixir storage as well. But of course she's going to go for that wizard tower, and what's her next move? Let's see. Oh, thank you. Look at you. Who gave you a new brain? So there she goes. She's going to take out the rest of that elixir this guy had to offer me, and just because I love her so much, I let her go and die. So I love you, Archer Queen. And that's pretty much going to wrap up this raid. So I do have one golem left right in the very middle there, but obviously that's not going to do anything, so I'm going to end the battle, and we're going to walk away with 400,000 gold, 300,000 elixir, and 2k dark elixirs. So now we are back in the base, and we actually have a lot more gold than we needed, so we have 7.7 million. I'm going to go ahead and collect my pumps and mines, and then we're going to go ahead and get that upgrade on my air sweeper to level 6. Finally got this little piece of shit done, so I don't have to worry about it anymore, and from here on out I can just focus on getting my archer towers, my cannons, and we're actually pretty close to maxing out my base. There's really not that much left other than my traps and stuff like that, but that is going to be for another video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, make sure to smack the like button down below. It helps me out a bunch, and I will see y'all later. So peace guys, and keep clashing.